Chosen ones. You have felt different your entire life, haven't you? As if you were destined for something greater, something divine. That's because you are. God is about to reveal your true purpose. There is something within you, something deep, something undeniable. You've always sensed it, but you couldn't fully explain it. No matter where life has taken you, no matter how lost you may have felt, there has always been this inner knowing, this unshakable feeling that you were meant for something more. Others may not see it, and they may even doubt you, but you cannot ignore what has been stirring in your soul since the beginning. From childhood, you felt like an outsider. You saw the world differently, felt things more deeply, and questioned what others blindly accepted. You never quite fit in because you were never meant to. You are set apart, and the reason for this? God has placed a unique calling upon your life, one that is about to be revealed in ways you never expected. But before you can fully step into your divine destiny, you must understand this. The preparation has been long, the trials have been intense, and the journey has been painful, but it was never for nothing. Every experience, every tear, and every lonely night was shaping you, preparing you for the exact moment that is now approaching. God is about to make it clear. The fog is lifting, the distractions are fading, and soon you will see why everything happened the way it did. Your true purpose, the reason for your existence, is about to be unveiled. And when it happens, nothing will ever be the same again. You were never meant to fit in with the crowd. The isolation, the struggles, the betrayals, they were all part of God's divine preparation for your mission. At times, you may have wondered why you felt so different, why no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't blend in with the rest. You looked around and saw others easily finding acceptance, effortlessly moving through life. Yet for you, it was never that simple. You tried to walk their path, to fit into their mold, but something always pulled you away. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. God never intended for you to conform because He set you apart for something far greater. Every moment of loneliness, every time you were misunderstood, every painful goodbye, it wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to build you. You see, God isolates those He intends to elevate. He pulls His chosen ones away from the crowd, from the distractions, from the noise, so that He can speak to them clearly. If you had blended in, if you'd been just like everyone else, you would have lost your identity, your uniqueness, your divine calling. Betrayals? They weren't accidents. The people who walked away, they were never meant to stay. You were not rejected. You were being protected. God removed those who could not go where He is about to take you. He allowed the disappointments, the heartbreaks, and the letdowns because they were all necessary for your growth. You needed to learn discernment, to develop strength, to sharpen your spirit for what is coming next. The struggles you faced were not punishments. They were training. Every hardship strengthened you. Every obstacle refined you. You were placed in the fire, not to be destroyed, but to be purified like gold. Because when God calls someone for a divine mission, He ensures they are prepared for the weight of their destiny. He cannot send an untested soldier into battle. And make no mistake, what you are about to step into is not just a blessing, it is a divine assignment. The world does not need another person who simply follows the crowd. The world needs a leader, a light, a warrior, and that is why you are here. The isolation wasn't for nothing. The pain wasn't in vain. You were being prepared, because soon God is going to reveal exactly why you had to endure it all. And when He does, you will realize that every tear, every lonely night, and every unanswered prayer was leading you to this very moment. Every pain you've endured, every tear you've shed has been molding you into the person you were always meant to be. Nothing in your life has been random. Think back to the moments that broke you, the nights when you cried out to God, asking why things had to be so hard, the times when you felt abandoned, unseen, and unheard. The suffering you endured wasn't meaningless. It was molding you, shaping you, refining you. Every battle you faced was a tool in the hands of God, crafting you into the person He always intended you to be. Life has tested you in ways others wouldn't understand. The the betrayal, the setbacks, the disappointments, they all carried a deeper purpose. While others seemed to walk an easier path, yours was filled with resistance. But that resistance was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to strengthen you. God was carving out a warrior, not a weak soul. He was building a spirit that could carry the weight of the blessings to come. If you had never been broken, you would never have learned how to heal. If you had never been lost, you would never have learned how to be found. Every painful chapter of your story was written with intention. You see, God does not waste pain. He does not allow suffering without a divine reason. And He certainly would not have taken you through the fire unless He planned to bring you out stronger, wiser, and prepared for something greater. Nothing in your life has been random. The relationships that failed, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the moments when you thought you had lost everything, it all served a purpose. There were times when you questioned why God didn't answer your prayers the way you expected. But now, looking back, you can see the protection in His silence, the guidance in His redirection. You had to experience struggle so that you would never take success for granted. You had to feel pain so that you would develop compassion for others. You had to walk alone so that you would learn to rely on God, not people. Everything was designed to push you toward your divine purpose. And now, the time has come. The lessons you have learned, the strength you have gained, the wisdom you have acquired, all of it is about to be used for something extraordinary. God has been preparing you behind the scenes, shaping your destiny in ways you couldn't yet see. But soon, you will understand why every tear was worth it. Soon, you will step into the fullness of your calling. The struggle wasn't your ending, it was your beginning. And now, the revelation is near. Get ready. The confusion you felt, the unanswered prayers, and the long periods of silence were all tests of faith. God needed to make sure you were ready. There were moments when you felt lost, weren't there? Moments when you cried out to God, but all you heard in return was silence. You begged for answers, for direction, for a sign that He was still with you. But instead, you were met with uncertainty. The road ahead seemed unclear, and no matter how much you prayed, the clarity you desperately sought never seemed to arrive. You questioned if you were on the right path. You wondered if you had done something wrong. You even asked yourself if God had forgotten you. But let me tell you this, He never left you. His silence was not abandonment, it was preparation. His quietness was not punishment, it was a test. Think about this. When a teacher gives a test, they do not speak. They do not provide answers while the student is being examined. And that is exactly what God was doing in your life. The moments of silence were moments of growth. He was watching to see if you would still believe, still trust, and still hold on to faith even when nothing made sense. Because faith isn't just believing when everything is going well. Faith is trusting when there is no evidence, when the path is dark, when the doors seem locked. God needed to see if you were ready for the responsibilities, the blessings, and the divine purpose that He has planned for you. If He had revealed everything too soon, you wouldn't have been prepared. If He had given you the answers before the lessons, you wouldn't have appreciated the wisdom. The unanswered prayers? They were not no. They were not yet. The long seasons of waiting? They were not wasted time. They were periods of refinement. God was working on you in the background, developing your character, stretching your endurance, and deepening your trust in Him. And now, because you remained faithful, even when it was hard, even when you didn't understand, your moment of revelation is coming. The tests are ending. The silence is about to break. The very things that confused you will soon make perfect sense. God has watched you hold on through the darkest nights, and now He is about to reward you with the clarity you've been waiting for. Get ready, chosen one. The purpose you were born for is about to be revealed. And when it is, you will understand why you had to walk through the uncertainty, why you had to endure the silence, and why God made you wait. It was never a delay, it was divine timing. And now that time has come. The moment of revelation is near. The signs are appearing, the right people are entering your life, and your spirit is sensing a shift in the atmosphere. Something is changing, isn't it? You can feel it deep within your soul. There's a stirring, an unshakable sense that something powerful is about to happen. It's not just your imagination. It's not just wishful thinking. This is divine confirmation. God is moving in your life, and the revelation you have been waiting for is closer than ever. Look around you. The signs are appearing, the pieces are aligning, and the path ahead is becoming clearer. Maybe it's the sudden opportunities that are coming your way. Maybe it's the unexpected encounters, the chance meetings with people who inspire and uplift you. These are not coincidences. God is placing the right people in your life at the right time to guide you toward your destiny. You have been through the valley, through the storms, through the wilderness of uncertainty. But now, the energy is shifting. Doors that were once locked are beginning to open. You are receiving insight, wisdom, and understanding that you didn't have before. What once felt like confusion is now making sense. What once seemed impossible is now within reach. This is how God works. He does not reveal everything all at once, but when the time is right, He floods your life with undeniable signs. Pay attention. The dreams that keep coming to you, the strong gut feelings you can't ignore, the recurring messages you stumble upon. These are divine signals guiding you toward your purpose. And have you noticed how certain people have suddenly exited your life? Those who doubted you, drained your energy, or held you back, God has been removing them. This isn't loss. This is alignment. He is making room for the people who will pour into your spirit, who will uplift you, who will help you step into the next chapter of your journey. Chosen one, your spirit is sensing it because it is happening. The breakthrough you've been waiting for, the purpose you have been searching for, the reason behind everything you have endured, it's all about to be revealed. You are on the edge of something extraordinary. Keep your faith strong. Keep your heart open, because what God is about to show you will change everything. The revelation is near. And when it arrives, you will finally understand why you had to go through everything you did. You are stepping into your destiny. Get ready. God has been whispering to you through dreams, through intuition, through unexpected messages. He has been guiding you even when you couldn't see it. Have you ever had a dream so vivid it felt like more than just a dream? A vision so strong that it stayed with you long after you woke up? Or perhaps you felt an unexplainable pull in a certain direction, a gut feeling, an inner knowing that seemed to come from nowhere. These are not random occurrences. These are divine whispers, messages from God, gently nudging you toward your purpose. For so long, you may have thought you were walking alone. You may have wondered why God wasn't speaking to you, why you weren't receiving clear answers. But the truth is, He has been communicating with you all along. You just had to learn how to listen. God rarely speaks in loud, obvious ways. Instead, He moves through the subtle, through the quiet, through the moments we often overlook. Think about the times when you randomly felt the urge to go somewhere, to call someone, to take a leap of faith without knowing why. That wasn't chance. That was God. Think about the moments when you were about to make a wrong decision, but something deep inside told you to stop, to wait, to reconsider. That wasn't doubt. That was divine protection. He speaks through signs, through repetitive numbers, through sudden realizations that seem to come out of nowhere. He speaks through the people He places in your path, those who encourage you, who challenge you, who remind you of your worth when you're on the verge of giving up. He even speaks through the hardships, using them as lessons, as redirections, as hidden blessings in disguise. God has been guiding you even when you thought He was silent. The unanswered prayers were not ignored. They were redirected toward something greater. The delays were not denials. They were strategic pauses designed to align you with divine timing. Every piece of your journey, even the ones that made no sense, has been orchestrated with precision. And now He is speaking louder than ever. Pay attention. The dreams are becoming clearer, the intuition stronger, the confirmations undeniable. What you once doubted, you will soon believe. What you once questioned, you will soon understand. God has been whispering, but now He is about to speak in a way that you cannot ignore. Chosen one, the time is near. The guidance you have been receiving is leading you somewhere extraordinary. Trust the signs. Trust your intuition. Trust the divine voice that has been speaking to you all along. Because soon, God will reveal what He has been preparing you for. And when He does, you will know, without a doubt, that this was His plan all along. Those who doubted you will soon realize they were wrong. The rejection and the loneliness were necessary because God had to separate you for something higher. You have been underestimated, overlooked, and doubted by people who never truly saw your worth. They judged you by your current situation, never realizing the power of what was inside you. Some thought you wouldn't make it. Some even spoke against you, laughed at your dreams, and walked away as if your destiny was insignificant. But what they didn't realize is that their rejection was part of God's divine plan. Rejection hurts. Being cast aside, misunderstood, and left alone can feel like a curse. But chosen one, let me tell you the truth. God was using their rejection as your redirection. Every door that closed, every friendship that ended, every betrayal that wounded your heart was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to separate you for something greater. God could not allow you to stay where you were. He could not let you be surrounded by people who didn't believe in you, who didn't understand your anointing, who would have limited your growth. That's why certain people had to leave. That's why you had to walk alone. That's why you felt isolated, because you were never meant to blend in with the crowd. You were set apart, chosen for a higher calling that required solitude, refinement, and divine preparation. Think about it. If you had stayed with those who doubted you, you might have started doubting yourself. If you had continued walking with those who didn't value you, you might have settled for less than what you deserved. God saw what you couldn't see. He heard the conversations behind your back. He saw the jealousy in their hearts, and He knew that they could not go where He was taking you. But here's the powerful part. Those who doubted you, those who rejected you, those who left you behind, will soon see what God is about to do in your life. They will witness your rise. They will watch as the very things they said you couldn't achieve begin to unfold before their eyes. And when they see it, they will realize they were wrong. Chosen one, your rejection was not a punishment. It was protection. Your loneliness was not abandonment. It was preparation. God had to separate you so that He could elevate you. And now that elevation is near. The very people who counted you out will have no choice but to watch as God's favor pours into your life. They may have doubted you, but soon they will have no doubt that God's hand has been upon you all along. Stay patient. Stay faithful. Because what's coming next will leave no room for questions. It will be undeniable proof that you were chosen for something greater. You are stepping into a season of clarity. What once confused you will now make sense. The doors that were closed will begin to open effortlessly. For so long, you have lived with unanswered questions. You've wrestled with confusion, trying to make sense of why certain things happened the way they did. The struggles, the disappointments, the delays, they all felt like obstacles standing between you and your destiny. You wondered why some doors never opened for you while others seemed to swing wide for those around you. You questioned why you had to endure so many setbacks while others seemed to move forward with ease. But chosen one, everything is about to become clear. What once felt like a mystery will soon make perfect sense. You are stepping into a divine revelation, a moment in time where everything you have been through will align into a greater purpose. God was never ignoring you. He was never punishing you. Instead, He was preparing you. Every season of waiting was a season of development. Every moment of uncertainty was a test of faith. You see, if God had given you the answers too soon, you wouldn't have been ready to receive them. If He had allowed every door to open at your convenience, you might have walked into something you weren't equipped to handle. That's why He allowed certain things to be delayed. That's why He let certain opportunities pass you by, because He had something greater in store for you. But now, the waiting is over. The season of confusion is ending, and you are stepping into the clarity you have longed for. Look at your life carefully. Do you sense the shift? Do you feel the energy changing? Have you noticed how things that once held you back no longer have the same power over you? That's because God has already started to remove the obstacles that stood in your way. The battles you once had to fight so hard are no longer yours to fight. The burdens that felt unbearable are beginning to lift. This is not a coincidence. This is divine timing. The fog is clearing, and soon you will see why everything happened exactly as it did. The very struggles that once made you doubt yourself will become the foundation of your strength. The pain that once felt unbearable will be transformed into wisdom and purpose. And what about the doors that once remained shut, no matter how hard you knocked? What about the opportunities that seemed just out of reach? God is about to open doors that no man can shut. He is about to release the blessings that have been stored up for you. No longer will you have to strive and struggle for what is rightfully yours. The doors that are opening now will not require force. They will open effortlessly, guided by God's hand. You will not have to chase, beg, or compromise to receive what is meant for you. The right people will come into your life. The right opportunities will appear at the right time. Everything that once felt like resistance will be replaced by divine flow. Chosen one, you are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. The past no longer defines you. The confusion is dissolving. The doubts are fading. What once felt impossible is now within reach. And soon, you will understand why God made you wait, why He redirected you, why He closed certain doors. It was all leading you to this moment, a moment where your purpose is revealed, and your destiny begins to unfold in ways you never imagined. Get ready, because what's coming next is beyond anything you have ever dreamed. Your calling is greater than you imagined. It is not just for your own success, but to impact others, to heal, to inspire, and to lead. For years, you may have thought that your journey was only about you, your struggles, your growth, your success. But God is revealing something deeper. Your calling is not just about personal achievement. It is about transformation, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you. You were chosen not just to rise, but to lift others. Not just to succeed, but to inspire. Not just to heal, but to become a healer. Your purpose is far greater than you ever imagined, and now the weight of that calling is about to be revealed. Look back at everything you have endured. The hardships, the betrayals, the moments of deep loneliness. These were not random events. They were lessons, training grounds, preparing you for a higher assignment. You have walked through storms that others would not have survived. You have faced battles that nearly broke you. But chosen one, do you see? It was never just about you. God allowed you to experience those things so that you could become a beacon for others who are still struggling. Your pain was never wasted. It was turned into purpose. Your tears were never in vain. They were watering the seeds of your destiny. Now, as you step into this new season, you will see how God has been shaping you into someone powerful, someone unstoppable, someone ready to fulfill a mission much greater than themselves. The world needs you. The people who are coming into your life need your wisdom, your testimony, your strength. There are those who are lost, just as you once were, and they are searching for the very guidance that only you can provide. Your voice will be a light in someone's darkness. Your perseverance will be proof that miracles are real. Your very existence will inspire others to keep going. And this is why God had to refine you so intensely, because your role is not small. Your purpose is not ordinary. You were never meant to live a life of mediocrity. You were chosen to lead, to stand out, to break generational cycles, and to open doors that others never thought possible. Think about the dreams that have been stirring in your spirit. The ideas, the desires, the visions that keep coming back to you over and over again. These are not random thoughts. These are divine downloads from God, nudging you toward the mission you were born for. The things you have been called to do may seem too big, too overwhelming, too impossible, but they are not. God would not have placed these dreams in your heart if He had not already equipped you to fulfill them. And now He is making a way. The resources will come. The right people will align with you. The opportunities will present themselves at the perfect time. But this calling is not just about receiving, it is about giving. It is about becoming a vessel for God's work, a source of hope for those who need it. And because of that, your blessings will multiply. The more you pour into others, the more God will pour into you. The more you step into your divine role, the more you will see doors open effortlessly. This is not just about personal success, it is about divine purpose. It is about legacy. It is about eternity. Chosen one, prepare yourself. The mission you are stepping into will require courage, faith, and unwavering determination. But you were built for this. Every struggle has strengthened you. Every lesson has equipped you. And now, as God reveals the full magnitude of your calling, you will realize that your life was never meant to be small. You were born for greatness. You were born to change lives. And now it is time to step fully into that truth. God's timing is perfect. Do not rush. Do not doubt. Everything is aligning exactly as it should. Trust in the divine process. You have waited. You have prayed. You have endured seasons of silence, wondering if God had forgotten about you. There were moments when doubt crept in, making you question whether your breakthrough would ever come. You saw others move ahead while you felt stuck. You watched as doors opened for them while yours remained closed. You tried to push forward, but no matter how hard you worked, things didn't unfold the way you expected. But chosen one, hear this truth. God's timing is flawless. Nothing in your life has been delayed. Nothing has been forgotten. Everything is happening exactly as it should, in perfect alignment with divine order. There is a reason why things did not happen when you wanted them to. If God had given you everything too soon, you may not have been ready to handle it. If the doors had opened prematurely, you might have walked through them unprepared, only to lose what was meant to bless you. God's delays are never denials. They are divine protections. They are His way of making sure that when you receive your blessing, you are fully equipped to carry it, sustain it, and grow with it. He is not just giving you temporary success. He is building something lasting, something eternal. Think about nature. The seed that is planted in the soil does not grow overnight. First, it must be buried. It must endure darkness. It must be watered, nurtured, and given time to take root. Only when it is fully developed beneath the surface does it begin to break through the ground and reach toward the light. The same is true for you. You have been growing in the unseen places, strengthening your roots, deepening your faith. What you could not see was that God was working behind the scenes, preparing the foundation for something far greater than you imagined. And now, things are shifting. You may not see it yet, but the process is unfolding. Doors are beginning to open, divine connections are being made, and opportunities are aligning in ways that could never have happened through human effort alone. The things that once seemed impossible will begin to happen effortlessly. What was delayed will come forth at the perfect time, and when it does, you will understand why you had to wait. You will look back and see how God was orchestrating everything with divine precision. But in this season, you must not rush. You must not let impatience rob you of the blessing that is unfolding. Stay aligned with God's timing. Do not force what is not ready. Do not chase what is not meant for you. When the moment is right, what belongs to you will come without resistance. You will not have to beg for it. You will not have to struggle to keep it. It will flow naturally, because it is divinely appointed. Chosen one, trust in the process. Trust in the delays. Trust that God is never late. What He has planned for you is already in motion. Stay patient. Stay faithful, because very soon you will realize that every moment of waiting was leading to something far beyond what you ever expected. The transformation is already happening. You are stepping into your highest self, walking in divine favor, and becoming everything God created you to be. Chosen one, you may not fully see it yet, But the shift is already in motion. The transformation is not coming, it is happening now. Deep within your spirit, you can feel it. The things that used to break you no longer have the same power. The fears that once held you back are beginning to fade. The doubts that kept you questioning your worth are being replaced by unshakable confidence. This is because you are stepping into your divine identity. You are no longer operating as who you used to be. You are rising as the person God always intended you to become. Think back to where you started. Look at the battles you have already overcome. There were times when you didn't know if you would make it through, but you did. There were moments when you felt weak, but somehow you found strength. That was never by accident. God was working within you, molding you, refining you, preparing you. Every experience, every hardship, every moment of struggle has led to this transformation. You are no longer the same. The old version of you has been stripped away, and what remains is a warrior, a leader, a divine force moving in alignment with God's will. People around you may start to notice the change. Some will be drawn to you, sensing something different, something powerful. Others may become distant, uncomfortable with the elevation happening in your life. Do not be discouraged. Your transformation is not meant to please everyone. It is meant to fulfill your purpose. The ones who are meant to walk this path with you will recognize your growth. They will celebrate your progress. And those who cannot accept your transformation were never meant to go where God is taking you. With this transformation comes divine favor. Doors that once seemed impossible to open will begin to open effortlessly. Opportunities you never imagined will start to present themselves. What once felt like constant struggle will now feel like divine flow. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is God aligning your path, clearing obstacles, and placing you exactly where you need to be. You are no longer just surviving, you are thriving. You are no longer waiting, you are stepping into the manifestation of what God has promised you. But remember, chosen one, transformation is not just about external success. It is about stepping into the fullness of who you are. It is about walking in your divine power, embracing your wisdom, and living in complete faith. It is about trusting that you are guided, protected, and anointed. No longer will you doubt yourself. No longer will you shrink to make others comfortable. You are here to shine. You are here to lead. You are here to step into everything that has been written for you since the beginning of time. The transformation is happening. The shift is real. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same again. No force on earth can stop what God has planned for you. This is your season of fulfillment. Step boldly into your destiny. Chosen one, this is the moment you have been preparing for. Every hardship, every lesson, every challenge was leading to this, your season of fulfillment. The waiting is over. The time of feeling stuck, overlooked, or forgotten has passed. You are walking into a new reality, one where everything aligns in your favor, one where God's promises begin to manifest in ways you never expected. No more delays, no more confusion, no more doubting whether you are worthy. God has spoken, and His word will not return void. What He has declared over your life is set in motion, and no force on earth can stop it. There will be those who try to hold you back. People who once doubted you will suddenly pay attention, but not all of them will celebrate you. Some will question your transformation. Others will resist it, wishing you would stay small so they can remain comfortable. But chosen one, this journey is not about them. Their opinions, their disbelief, their attempts to block your path are irrelevant. When God has ordained something, no human hand can undo it. What is meant for you will find you, no matter who tries to stand in the way. What God has planned will unfold, no matter what obstacles arise. If a door is meant to open, it will open. If an opportunity is divinely assigned to you, it will be yours. Nothing and no one can stand in the way of divine destiny. The enemy may try to plant fear in your mind, whispering that you are not ready, that you are not strong enough, that your past disqualifies you. But those are lies. If you were not meant for this, God would not have chosen you. If you were not prepared, He would not be positioning you now. Everything you have been through, The struggles, the battles, the lessons has equipped you for this very moment. You are stronger than you realize. You are more powerful than you know. And now you must walk with the confidence of someone who knows they are backed by heaven. This is your season of fulfillment. Everything is aligning. The blessings that were once blocked are now being released. The relationships, the opportunities, the breakthroughs, they are coming to you, not by accident, but by divine order. You will not have to fight for what is already yours. You will not have to chase what God has assigned to you. The shift is happening, and you only need to step boldly into it. Chosen one, do not hesitate. Do not let fear hold you back. This is the season you have prayed for. This is the moment God has been preparing you for. Everything that tried to stop you has failed. Every force that tried to break you has been defeated. Now the only thing left is for you to step fully into your destiny. The time is now. The door is open. Step forward and never look back. You were chosen for this journey. Stay faithful, stay ready, because in the coming days, God will make everything clear. Your purpose will be revealed, and your life will never be the same. Chosen one, everything you have endured, everything you have questioned, everything you have waited for, it has all been leading to this. You were never walking this path by accident. You were never struggling without purpose. Every tear you cried, every battle you fought, every storm you survived was shaping you for something far greater than you ever imagined. You are not ordinary, forgotten. You are divinely chosen. And now the revelation is coming. You may not have all the answers yet, but trust that they are on the way. God is aligning the right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances. The puzzle pieces that once seemed scattered and meaningless are finally coming together. The things you couldn't understand before will suddenly make sense. And when that moment arrives, you will realize that God had a plan all along. A plan greater, wiser, and more powerful than anything you could have created for yourself. But chosen one, now is not the time to shrink back. Now is not the time to second-guess your worth or your calling. Stand firm, stay ready. Keep your spirit open, because in the days ahead, God is going to reveal what has been hidden. The signs will become clearer. The path will be illuminated. The doors will swing open effortlessly. And when it happens, you will know without a doubt, this was meant for you. This was always your destiny. The waiting is over. The preparation is complete. Now it is time to walk forward in faith, to embrace the fullness of who you are, to live in the abundance, the power, and the purpose that God has designed specifically for you. No more fear, no more hesitation. This is your time, this is your season, and once you step into it, nothing will ever be the same again. Go forward with confidence, chosen one. The best is yet to come.